Yeah, this is by no means my area of expertise, but it just intuitively seems to me like um, there has to be a structural correlation between intelligence and the ability of all of the little neurons to fire next to each other. And we have a structural limit on our brains. We've squeezed, the size of our mother's birth canal has determined the maximum size of our skull. And if you look at the weird folds and everything that has developed in our brain, it's done its absolute best through evolution to try and get as many coexistent neuron firing synapses as possible in there. We don't have that limitation with machine intelligence. So if you want to say abundances of clones or parallelized learning, what I'm just envisaging is if you take away the limitation of the size of the skull and the folds, then does that not take away the limitations of the explosion of or at least of thought? That's with my limited understanding. That's where my thoughts are taking me right now.
My view is that it not only, it's not the question that it will happen, it is happening now. And we're familiar with it. We're familiar with the exponential increase in computer power and the abilities of people and their machines. And just because something is exponential and just because something is in that sense an explosion doesn't mean it has to be fast. So the exponential explosion we're in now is often called Moore's Law, and it doubles every year and a half. And that's absolutely exponential. It's just going like this, and it's going steeper and steeper and steeper. And that's why we're getting smarter and smarter people and smarter machines as the years go by. So, but it seems slow. Like, I'm here and I'm saying I have to wait a year and a half to get my computer to have a bigger file system. It seems slow. It's depressingly slow. So I think we're in the midst of explosion. This explosion is going to continue just like this, and it's always going to be feeling slow. It's not like it's going to overwhelm us any more than it's right now. It's overwhelming us. We're kind of overwhelmed, right? Computers are going and doing things we can't keep track of, but we're not totally overwhelmed. I think it's going to be like this forever. We are in the midst of the explosion.
I was trying to make a distinction between the capacity and the speed of, say, an artificial intelligence system versus this idea of the singularity, sometimes called, of knowledge, right? The argument that's often been made is not that machines will get faster and more capable, it's that they will know more than we do, that we will not be able to understand what they know. It's the threat, as it's proposed, is not a threat of faster, bigger brains. It's a threat of knowledge that we can't understand. And there's a big difference between those two. So I agree totally with Rich, what Rich has said. We're living through an exponential increase. It is not a singularity. By the way, exponential increases can't go on forever. They never do. But they can go on for a long time. I think that's Rich's point. And so we're, right now, whether it's because we have faster computers or because there's so many more scientists or that we have so much better communications, we have so many more people to be able to interact. We are, our knowledge is growing exponentially faster every year. And it's not a threat to us. It is not a singularity. It's not like bingo, instantly, you reach this inflection point and things take off beyond. And so the point I'm trying to get at here is that the threat that people talk about is not that we're going to have faster, smarter machines, and it's going to be that they're going to know more than us in an instant, and we won't be able to control this whole thing. And I just disagree with that. It just can't possibly happen. I think we should be careful what we're worrying about. We're not worrying about machines being really smart. We're worrying them knowing stuff that we can't understand that they know. And that is what I argued that is not going to happen.